Zach from e-biking now, and this time around we've got the pre-production 500 watt off-road conversion kit from Dillenger. Now I know it's been a while since I've done a kit review, and some of you guys are more into kits, so this is a treat for you custom e-bikers. Now this Dillenger kit is a prototype version. I've been fortunate enough to have Dillenger send this out to me to review and also provide feedback. So if you're looking for a new powerful off-road e-bike kit or wanting to upgrade your current setup, this is something you'll be interested in. Alright, let's get into it. Now unboxing was a standard, just the usual. If you haven't watched the unboxing and installation video yet, you can check it out via the link below in the description box. But basically the kit provides you with the wheel and motor, battery, LCD display and all your cables and fittings. Stuff that we're all familiar with. The packaging is identical to previous conversion kits from the guys, so you'll have your wheel sort of in the center to the side, which is held by foam corner pieces, and then your battery and accessories on the sides in their respective boxes. Like I said, this is a pre-retail version, so there may be some small changes with the official release, except for one thing, and that is the brake sensors. So my kit didn't receive any, but you can rest assured that the final version will have them, and I definitely recommend installing and using them. So a little bit more about the kit. It's a rear hub drive. That means it's only compatible with being the rear wheel on your bike, and it comes in an array of wheel sizes from 20 inch to 29, so you'll have no issues finding this kit for your bike. It'll also fit your standard 138 and 142mm rear dropouts, and according to Dillenger, the motor may also fit boost axles as well. These are the 148mm dropouts found on higher-end modern bikes. Now it will require a bit of finessing here, but in saying that, most boost-equipped bikes and 142mm rear dropout bikes use through axles anyway, which the kit is not compatible with. So make sure you know what you got, and if you don't know, I'm sure a local bike shop will be happy to help. One thing I forgot to mention is that the wheel and motor is rim brake friendly. So for those who use them, don't worry, you're covered. However, this does raise a longevity factor. With rim brakes, you'll need to replace the rim once the braking surface has worn out. This does take a long time, but with a motorized bike, the lifespan of the wheel would be a lot shorter. On the topic of compatibility, something that is easily overlooked and never really mentioned is the fitment for dual suspension bikes. So thanks to this huge battery pack, the kit is unfortunately not compatible with dual suspension bikes. Maybe some dualies with the shock mounted on the top tube, but definitely not any other setup. Measuring at 33cm in length, 13cm in height and 8.5cm in width, the battery is quite large and weighs in at roughly 5 kg. This combined with the wheel will add about 12 kg to your setup. Now with my kit, I got a 48 volt 14.5 amp hour battery fitted with Samsung cells. However, I've received word that Dillenger are going to make a slight change. The final version will be a 48 volt 17.5 amp hour battery equipped with Samsung cells. So pretty much the same, but they'll be increasing the capacity. Now although the battery is changing, the motor will remain the same. It's the G360 motor supplied by Bafang with a 500 watt nominal and 1000 watt peak output. Now Dillenger usually equip their kits with their OEM motors, however this time around they've opted for motors from the well-known group. This move is something they've recently turned to, such that their latest Vermilion e-bike was equipped with a Bafang motor as well. It's a reputable brand who are recognized globally and found on a range of electric bikes. From the spec sheet, you'll also find it's a quality motor. It has been rated as an IP54 motor. The 5 indicates that it's dust protected and the 4 means that it can withstand splashing water. I would be careful with washing it though, definitely refrain from hosing it down directly as that will require a IP55 or IP56 rating. I can already see in the comments and messages I'm going to get asking if you can ride this in the rain, and to answer that I'm going to say yes. Very light rain, as it does say it can handle splashing and spraying water, but anything from medium to heavy rain will get risky. If you want to know more about our electric bikes waterproof, check out our other video which I've linked down below in the description box. From that video, you know that I'm going to say that the LCD won't be able to withstand the rain like the motor, so protect it at all costs. So this display unit is a Dillenger OEM screen which has the basic functions. It will show you your pedal assistance level, current speed and odometer. When you press the power button while it's on, you'll cycle through a few more data displays such as time, average speed and maximum speed. This is all done on the thumb controller, which is very simple, and you can also turn on the LCD backlight by holding down the plus button. So to give you some context, I installed this kit on a 26-inch wheel bike with 136mm rear dropouts, and I didn't really run into any significant issues. I've done kits before, so this was pretty straightforward for me. I ran into a few hiccups in terms of order of assembling. For example, you need to remove the rubber cap, bolt and spacer before putting on the cassette, but these were just minor learning curves which I mentioned and shown in the unboxing and installation video. I'd say my only real problem I faced was getting the wheel into the dropouts. I needed to stretch my dropouts a bit to fit the wheel in. It was only like 2 to 3mm, so it was almost there. I'm not sure if this is due to the motor or my bike though, but I eventually got it in. So using the bike was simple. Once you've got the battery turned on via the switch behind the rubber flap, it's like most other electric bikes. You hold down the middle power button to turn it on, and then adjust your pedal assistance with the up and down buttons. While using this kit, I noticed something that I've appreciated a lot more recently, and that's the automatic battery locking system. The casing uses a spring-loaded pin that automatically locks once it's attached to the cradle. This is really handy for a number of reasons. Let's just say you forgot to lock it. Well, it prevents someone from stealing the battery or the battery from jumping out while riding. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Anyway, tested the bike on-road and off-road, but mostly off-road since it's an off-road kit. The motor is really nice. The combination of the sine wave control and Bafang motor gives your bike that buttery smooth assistance. I literally sat in the second highest gear for most of my riding because the motor was powerful enough to just skip the lower gears. Now on a bike, you naturally transfer power to the rear wheel, so having it on the rear makes it feel like a regular bike, but with someone helping you. Sort of like a tandem bike, but the other person is actually helping. It's definitely the closest feeling to a normal bike out of the hub drives and mid-drive layouts. I personally like my e-bike to feel more like a regular bike for off-road use, but I also like my off-road e-bikes to feel as responsive as a normal bike. This is a preference thing, but since the kit uses a speed sensor, the pedal assistance will feel like it has an on and off switch. It either doesn't give you anything, or it gives you the maximum pedal assistance that you've set. This is perfectly normal and common with speed sensor equipped bikes and e-bikes. It's just how they work, because once the sensor picks up that you're pedaling, it'll provide the assistance to the maximum set limit. However, in saying that, it does do this in a very smooth manner though. Like I've mentioned before, the controller uses a sine wave, which is meant to provide a smoother power delivery, which the kit definitely does. Bottom line is though, that the kit compromises responsiveness for smooth power delivery. Now taking into consideration how this kit behaves and the way it rides, I can see it being used on easy flowy trails or off-road paths. The kit will provide performance and shine in those areas because it's got the power behind it and will give it to you nice and smooth. Now if we change the scene to something a little bit more rougher and closer to single track trails, then this kit gets a little bit more limited as it doesn't suit it as much. Off-road touring would be the perfect environment for this kit, especially with the larger 17.5 amp hour battery as well. So, the Dillenger Off-Road Kit is a conversion kit for off-road use that you can retrofit to your bike. Its pros are the powerful motor from a reputable manufacturer, Bafang, smooth power delivery, automatic locking battery, which has a decent 17.5 amp hour capacity with Samsung cells, wide ranges of wheel sizes available, and it works on both rim and disc brakes. But of course, the kit also has some cons. Now these are the minor motor fitment issues during installation, the incompatibility with through axles, and the motor responsiveness. So wrapping up the review and concluding it, the Dillenger Off-Road Kit, which will be called the Samsung Powered Premium Off-Road Kit, is a great kit. Installation wasn't difficult, with the only issue being the dropout fitment, which required a bit of finesse. The cables and plugs were all color coded for easy assembly of the electrical wiring, and this made it a breeze. Performance wise, the power is there and smooth, but definitely install and use the brake sensors. I shared my issues with the responsiveness of the pedal input with Dillenger, and they're going to tweak it and tighten it a bit. This conversion kit will replace their aging 1000 watt direct drive range in April later this year, with the price tag between $2,000 and $2,500 Australian dollars. Definitely have a look at this conversion kit if you want a smooth and fast off-road kit, perfect for flowy and easy off-road paths or country roads. Well, that wraps up the video review. I hope you guys found it helpful, and if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and if you like our channel, subscribe to us. You can also follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date with the latest e-bike content. See you in the next video guys, peace.